Ryan White was born on December 6, 1971, in Kokomo, Indiana. He was a bright-spirited boy, full of life and promise. Diagnosed with hemophilia as a child, Ryan faced challenges early in life due to his blood condition. Hemophiliacs, lacking a vital clotting factor in their blood, often relied on transfusions to manage their condition, and it was during one such routine transfusion in December 1984 that Ryan unknowingly contracted the HIV virus. He was only 13 years old when he received the devastating diagnosis, AIDS, a disease that, at the time, was poorly understood and widely feared. Doctors told Ryan's family that he had only 6 months to live, but despite this grim prognosis, Ryan was determined not to let his illness define his short life. He continued to fight, not just for his own survival, but for his right to live as any other child. However, as much as Ryan fought the disease, he was forced to fight something far more insidious: ignorance, prejudice, and fear. Ryan White's life took a dramatic turn when he tried to return to school after his diagnosis. The community of Kokomo erupted in fear and outrage, terrified of the disease they barely understood. AIDS was widely associated with the gay community at the time, and misinformation about how the disease spread was rampant. Parents protested, teachers shunned him, and even some of his friends distanced themselves. The school banned Ryan from attending, believing that his presence posed a threat to the other students. The fight to return to school became a national story. Ryan and his mother, Jean White-Ginder, filed a lawsuit to have him reinstated, and after a long legal battle, they won the right for Ryan to attend school in April 1986. However, the victory was bittersweet. Ryan's return to school was met with hostility. His classmates refused to sit near him. Parents pulled their children from classes, and even when Ryan wasn't in school, his family faced death threats and had their house vandalized. The town's rejection only deepened the heartbreak for a boy who simply wanted to be treated like everyone else. Rather than give in to despair, Ryan turned his pain into a mission. He became a symbol of courage, advocating for AIDS education and awareness. His story touched the hearts of many, and he became an unlikely national spokesperson for the AIDS crisis. He appeared on numerous talk shows, including The Phil Donahue Show and The Oprah Winfrey Show, speaking openly about his experience. He wanted the world to know that AIDS wasn't something to be feared. It was something to be understood. Ryan's bravery helped to humanize the disease, shifting public perception and encouraging greater empathy and awareness. Even celebrities rallied to support Ryan. Elton John, who later became a close family friend, was particularly moved by Ryan's strength. The friendship they developed was filled with love and support, and Elton John would later credit Ryan with inspiring his own work in the fight against AIDS through the Elton John AIDS Foundation. Despite his growing fame, Ryan remained a humble, down-to-earth teenager who just wanted to live his life. He loved skateboarding, playing video games, and hanging out with friends, but the disease was relentless. Over time, his health deteriorated, and Ryan was often in and out of the hospital, yet through it all, he never gave up, and neither did his mother, who stood by his side with unwavering devotion. By 1990, Ryan's health was failing. His body, weakened by the years of fighting, could no longer withstand the ravages of the disease. On April 8, 1990, Ryan White passed away at the age of 18, just 1 month before his high school graduation. His death was a devastating blow to the many who had followed his story, yet his legacy was far from over. Ryan White's death marked the end of a personal journey, but the beginning of a broader national movement. His story had touched millions, bringing much-needed attention to the AIDS epidemic and helping to dispel the myths and stigma surrounding the disease. In August 1990, just a few months after his passing, the U.S. Congress passed the Ryan White Comprehensive AIDS Resources Emergency Care Act, which provided critical funding for AIDS patients who couldn't afford treatment. It remains one of the largest federally funded programs for people living with HIV/AIDS in the United States. Today, Ryan White's name is synonymous with hope, courage, and compassion. His battle for acceptance and dignity transcended his own life, becoming a powerful symbol for all those suffering from AIDS. More than 3 decades after his death, Ryan's story continues to inspire those who fight against the stigma of disease, and his legacy lives on through the countless lives his story helped save. Ryan White's life was tragically short, but his impact on the world was profound. His unyielding strength in the face of unimaginable adversity teaches us that even in our darkest moments, we have the power to change the world around us.